Hi, I'm Joe from Wacom, and I'm here to walk you through configuring your Cintiq with another display on a PC or any computer running a Windows operating system. You're probably using a Cintiq12 with another monitor, so we'll focus on that two-monitor configuration, but the same basic principles will apply if you have a different setup. I'm assuming you've already connected your Cintiq as your second display. Remember, your video card has to have two ports in order to do this. If you need help with the connections, watch the video on setting up your Cintiq, then come back here. If you're trying to configure both the Cintiq and your other display to show the entire desktop, please first see the video on mirroring and cloning. Once you've connected both displays, go to your computer's Display Properties control panel. In Windows XP, right-click anywhere in an open area on the desktop and choose Properties. In Vista, right-click on the desktop, choose Personalize, then Display Settings. Now select the Settings tab. You now see a diagram of your displays. By default, you most likely have one monitor that's blue, labeled 1, and one that's grayed out, labeled 2. Right-click on the grayed out display and select Attached, then select Apply. At this point, both displays should become active. You can now click the Identify button, and a large number representing each display should come up on the monitors. All that's important here is you keep in mind which is which. Now, both of the monitors in the diagram should be blue, and you should get a signal on your Cintiq. Confirm that the resolution slider is set to 1280 by 800 for a Cintiq12 by selecting it and adjusting the slider. Now, click Apply. The other thing you should confirm here is whether these boxes are in the right orientation. In other words, do they reflect the correct physical arrangement of your monitors? I have the Cintiq on the right, and my diagram shows that. If your configuration isn't correct in the diagram, just drag the box that corresponds to your Cintiq to the other side, like this. If you want your Cintiq as your primary display, the one with your menus and the applications on it, right-click on the image of the display, select Primary, and click Apply. One more quick thing. By default, the checkbox that says Extend my Windows desktop onto this monitor will be checked. That indicates that you can drag a window from one screen to the other and take advantage of the display toggle feature. I recommend not only leaving that setting, but using the Cintiq as your primary display, at least initially, because it is more intuitive. The primary display will house your Start button and all your programs, so it makes sense to have this where your pen works. Alright, you're more or less done configuring your dual displays. At this point, I recommend rebooting because your displays won't always respond quite right until you do. My suggestion is to move windows around and get a feel for how the displays interact with one another. You aren't going to hurt anything. If you want to learn more about the Cintiq, watch our other videos on our site at Wacom.com.